what's up? Welcome back. So I have a very exciting video for you guys today because I'm reviewing two new products by ABH. I am a little bit late on this bandwagon because it took me a while to get these products, but I got my hands on her Soft Glam palette and also her collab with Amrezy, which is a beautiful highlight. So I thought I would dedicate a video to these products, show you guys a tutorial, and then also give you guys my little opinions on everything. So yeah, as you guys can see, I am definitely glowing and my eyes are pretty intense. So yeah, I had a lot of fun today playing around with this makeup, and if you want to know my thoughts and review on these products, then just keep on watching. Stick around. Alright, so the Soft Glam eyeshadow palette looks like this. The packaging is almost identical to her Modern Renaissance palette except for the fact that it has a different color, but it has that same like velvety velour type feel to it. Then when you open it up, you get a mirror, which could be a bit bigger, but it's okay, I don't mind it. And then this is what the palette looks like on the inside. So you get 14 eyeshadows in here, and the shade range is just absolutely beautiful. It is what sold me on this palette because these shades are just right up my alley, and I see myself wearing these shades all the freaking time. This is just my kind of palette. So the palette retails for $42, and it also comes with a dual-ended brush, which I used in today's video. $42 may sound a little bit expensive, but if you think about it, you get a lot of shades, and I don't know how much is in here. Each eyeshadow has 0.74 grams in it, so you do get quite a lot of product. And there's a beautiful range of mattes and shimmers and also metallics. This bronze shade right here, I mean, hello. And then I used this shade for my eye look today. They're just freaking stunning. I mean, that's beautiful. A lot of these shades are available individually, so if you already have a lot of single pans by ABH, chances are that you will already own a few of these shades. But I didn't, so I'm super happy that I have this beautiful palette with all of these beautiful shades that I can play around with. The quality is amazing. You do get a lot of powder kickback in the pans, so keep that in mind because it's crazy with this palette. Like when you're using this palette, it will look disgusting. Like, yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed using this palette, and you can create so many looks. You can create a beautiful everyday look that is more neutral, or amp it up and go for something that's a lot darker and intense, which is what I did. But yeah, let's go over the shades really quickly, and I will also show you guys some swatches. So starting off with the first row, we have Tempera, Glistening, Orange Soda, Rose Pink, Sultry, Bronze, and Mulberry. Moving on to the second row, we have Dusty Rose, Fairy, Burnt Orange, Sienna, Rustic, Cypress Umber, and lastly Noir. As you guys can see, the swatches are amazing, but if you're going for an intense look like I did, definitely do your face makeup afterwards because there is a lot of fallout even when you're applying them on your eyes, so definitely keep that in mind. But aside from that, it is a beautiful palette and I will be reaching for this a ton. I already know it. And I also got the Amrezy highlights. This is a collab with Amrezy. She is like a famous Instagrammer and her makeup is always on point. She is gorgeous. So this is what the packaging looks like. It is absolutely stunning and so like luxurious. And then this is the inside right here, so you get a really big mirror, which I really appreciate. And then the actual highlight has a beautiful like pattern in it, and when it catches the light, it is just freaking blinding. I mean, look at that. So this highlight retails for $28. You can get both of these products either on Sephora or Cult Beauty, and I think even Beauty Base, so I will have a few links down below. But $28 is a little bit expensive, but I don't mind it because the quality is so good. I don't mind paying the extra bucks for it because it is that good, and the packaging is just stunning. So this is it right here, but I will also show you guys the close-up swatch, but I mean, that speaks for itself, right? The formula is like nothing else I've ever tried. It doesn't have any like powder kickback. It doesn't feel powdery. I don't know, it's really weird. It has like more of like a gel-like formula, I would say. The shade is also stunning. It is a beautiful like pale gold shade, but it actually would look amazing on a lot of different skin tones, which is good. So yeah, I mean, I am pretty obsessed with it. You do have to be careful because if you want to apply more of like a subtle highlight, you have to be like very light-handed with it because otherwise you get this, which I mean, I don't mind it, I love it. But if you want something more subtle, then just be very light-handed. That's all I can say about it. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the actual tutorial part of this video. So I'm going to start off with the Soft Glam eyeshadow palette. So this is what it looks like on the inside. You also get a dual-ended brush, which you always get with Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes. So I am going to try to use it if I don't forget it. But this is what the colors look like. So I definitely want to use the bronze shade right here because when I swatched it, I was blown away. Or I might go for Sultry, which is this one right here. So I am going to apply some tape on my eyes, that way we have a nice clean edge. To set my eyeshadow primer in place, I'm going to pick up Tempera, which is this shade right here. And to apply this, I'm going to use the fluffy side of the dual-ended brush. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's definitely a lot of powder kickback. I personally don't mind it that much, but I know a few people do, so that's why I am mentioning it. For me, it's not a deal breaker, but I know some people really don't like powder kickback. I am going to go in with Orange Soda, which is this one right here. And I am taking my Sigma Tapered Blending E35 brush to apply this. So I am just going to pack on this shade as my transition shade and just blend it out from inner to outer corner. This is the perfect transition shade to just start off any look with. It's very subtle, but you can build it up. And I don't know, I really like this shade. Alright, like so. Picking up Burnt Orange, I'm going to intensify my crease a little bit. And I am again going to use the same fluffy side of the brush that comes with the palette. Then picking up my previous brush without any additional product, I am going to blend away the edges and make sure that everything looks nice and blended. Like so. Then using the same Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, I'm going to pick up Sienna and darken up my outer and inner corners. So I think I'm going to go for halo eyes, which is why I'm focusing it on my inner and outer corners and leaving the center of my eyelids bare, or at least try to leave it kind of bare. Then I'm going to pick up a little bit of Orange Soda and blend out the edges again. Alright, and then to really darken up my outer corners, I am going to pick up Mulberry, which is this shade right here. And to pack this on, I'm going to use, there's hair everywhere. To pack this on, I'm going to use the other side of the ABH brush. And this time I'm going to really focus it and pack it on a little bit lower than the shade Sienna. Then I'm going to switch my brush to the other side and start blending. So what I'll do now is take some of my concealer. This is by Wet n Wild, and I'm going to use it to carve out my lid space because it did get covered a little bit. And I want a clean canvas in the center of my eyelids before applying my lid shade. Picking up Tempera, I'm going to set that concealer in place. Alright, so now that we have a clean lid space, I'm going to pick up, I think I'm going to go for Sultry, which is this one right here. Before I'm going to apply that, I am going to apply some of my NYX glitter primer as usual. Alright, like so, and then I'm going to pack on my lid shade. I am so excited about this. It looks freaking gorgeous. Ooh, that is stunning. I do have a feeling this shade is meant to be applied either wet or with your fingers. So I am going to apply it with my fingers in the center. And then where the edges are, I'm going to use my brush. That shade is definitely a lot darker than I thought it would look like. It is gorgeous, but I am missing like the halo effect that I was going for because it is almost as dark as my outer corners. So I might go in with another shade on top of it. We'll see. Alright, so now that I packed it on, I am going to go over it in the center with Rose Pink, which is this shade. Alright, so I ended up with a look that is more dark than I was going for, but I actually kind of like it. I do have a lot of fallout on my face. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell, but I have a lot of fallout on my face. And also the palette is like, it looks destroyed. Look at that. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind that it is a very messy palette. So what I'm going to do now is take off the tape. And now I'm going to try and remove the fallout, which luckily it does away pretty quickly. Picking up Tempera, I'm going to highlight my brow bone using my Zoeva 226 Smudger brush, which is one of my favorite brushes to highlight my brow bone with. Using Dusty Mauve, I'm going to apply it and smudge it on my lower lash line. And for this, I'm using my Morphe E18 brush. What I'm going to do now is apply some mascara, my falsies, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I am wearing my House of Lashes Iconic Lights. And whilst I was off camera, I also applied my lipstick. I applied the Colourpop Luxe lipsticks, one in Appy and one in Boy. So this is the combo on my lips. But then, as you guys can see, there is something missing, and that is a highlight. So yeah, I have the ABH and Amrezy highlight. This is what it looks like up close. The packaging is so beautiful, and this is the highlight, which is so pretty. So yeah, let's go ahead and apply it. I am going to use my Colourpop small fluff brush, which is my favorite one to apply highlighter. So I'm just picking up a little bit of the highlight, and I'm going to apply it. That wasn't a little bit, that was a lot. So yeah, apparently we're going to take a bath in this highlight. I'm not mad about it. So yeah, I've already worn this highlight, and yeah, I am just freaking obsessed with it. I haven't been able to put it down. It is just so stunning and so like intense. I mean, do you guys see that? That is intense. I'm also going to apply some on my nose. There is a hair on my brush. Having cats is annoying when it comes to makeup brushes and hair. Trust me. I was going to wet my brush to show you guys the difference, but I don't think this is necessary because then I will probably look like an alien. So yeah, you don't even have to wet this highlight. It is so beautiful. Yeah. So what I also want to do is actually apply a little bit on the center of my eyes to make them pop even more. So I'm going to take my Zoeva 227 Soft Definer brush and pick up a little bit of the highlight and apply it in the center of my eyelids. Alright, I see that. That is nice. That definitely added a beautiful highlight to my eyes. I like that. I actually think this like amped up the eye look to the next level. I like it as an eyeshadow a lot actually. And I'm also going to apply some on my inner corners of my eyes because we forgot to highlight the inner corners. So I'm just going to do it using the Amrezy highlight. I really need to stop because I would just keep on going, but I will look very weird, and I think this is more than enough highlight. So yeah, I think it's safe to say I freaking love this highlight. So yeah, so that is it you guys for today's video. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on these two new products. Of course, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new, then you can always hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys. Because I am reviewing my button. I am eating my hair. So
saying that it feels right.